Hi all, in this video we will be discussing homogeneous linear differential equation. A differential equation of this form where the right hand side is 0 is called a homogeneous differential equation. Principle of superposition. If y1, y2, y3 etc. yn are the solutions, then their linear combination, say c1 y1 plus c2 y2 plus c3 y3 plus etc. cn yn, where all these are constants, is also a solution. The functions y1, y2, y3 etc. yn are said to be linearly independent if the linear combination is 0, implies that this happens only when all the constants c1, c2, c3 etc. cn are 0. Only then we can say these functions are linearly independent. Otherwise, they are said to be linearly dependent. Any set of n linearly independent solutions of a homogeneous linear differential equation is called the basis of solutions. Wronskian of n functions is nothing but the determinant defined in this manner. That is, write all the functions in the first row, in the second row find the derivatives of the first row, and in the third row find the derivatives of the second row, and so on. If you are having n functions, then you will have a determinant of order n by n. To check linear independence using Wronskian, find the Wronskian of those functions. If it is not equal to 0, then we can say those functions are linearly independent, otherwise they are said to be dependent. Check whether these are linearly independent. We can make use of Wronskian. Now, find the determinant. Write those functions in the first row. In the second row, find the derivatives of the first row. The derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. The derivative of e raised to 2x is 2 into e raised to 2x. Now, after finding the derivative, you get e raised to 3x, which is not equal to 0. Thus, those functions are linearly independent. Show that the functions e raised to x, e raised to 2x, e raised to 3x form a basis for the solutions of this differential equation, and also write the general solution. To show that they form the basis, we have to prove that they are linearly independent, and this can be done with the help of Wronskian. Find the Wronskian of those functions. The determinant of this is as follows. It is 2 into e raised to 2x. Since it is not equal to 0, they are linearly independent, and thus they form the basis. The general solution is nothing but the linear combination of these solutions. Now we are going to discuss homogeneous differential equation where we have constant coefficients. Here an minus 1, an minus 2 and a naught are all constants, and it is a homogeneous differential equation because the right hand side is 0. This is the method we usually follow while solving a homogeneous differential equation with constant coefficients. That is, write the auxiliary equation by considering the derivatives as the variable m. So, here we have an nth order derivative, so we can write m raised to n. M raised to n minus 1 will be the n minus 1th order of the derivative, and so on. Here no need of writing the dependent variable y in this auxiliary equation. Once you have found out the roots, we can classify it into 3 complementary functions based on the nature of the roots. If the roots are real and distinct, say m1 not equal to m2 not equal to m3, then complementary function can be written as c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x plus c3 e raised to m3x. If the roots are real and equal, say all these 3 roots are equal, m1 equal to m2 equal to m3, we can call that as m. So, you can write the complementary function as e raised to mx because all are repeating, and inside this bracket we shouldn't write constant. Instead of that, write the polynomial containing 3 terms because the roots are repeating 3 times. So, c1 plus c2x plus c3 x square. I have written the same in this manner too. Now if you are having complex roots where p is the real part and q is the imaginary part, you can write the complementary function as e raised to px c1 cos qx plus c2 sin qx. Here we have repeated complex roots, and you can see we have a polynomials when the roots are repeating. Now you can go through these examples. Problem: solve d cube y by dx cube plus 6 d square y by dx square plus 11 dy by dx plus 6y equal to 0. Now this happens to be a homogeneous differential equation because the right hand side is 0. Now we can write the auxiliary equation. Here in the place of d cube by dx cube, we can write m cube plus 6m square plus 11m plus 6. No need of writing the y variable when you are writing the auxiliary equation. You can use your calculator to find the roots, and these roots are real and the distinct roots. The complementary function will be c1 e raised to minus x, c2 e raised to minus 2x and c3 e raised to minus 3x. Since it is a homogeneous differential equation, complementary function will be the solution. Solve d cube minus 3d plus 2 of y equal to 0. Now let us first write the auxiliary equation. You may observe it is a third degree equation. That means we get 3 roots. You can use your calculator to find the roots. Minus 2, 1, 1. But your calculator may be showing only 2 roots because here the root 1 is repeating. So whichever is the last root, that will be the repeating root. So you get minus 2, 1, 1. Your calculator will be showing only minus 2, 1. Once you get the root, you know minus 2 is a distinct real root. So we can write c1 e raised to minus 2x plus 1 and 1 are repeating. So you can write c2 plus c3 x e raised to 1x. You know it is a homogeneous differential equation because here right hand side is 0. Therefore, the complementary function will be the solution. Y is equal to cf. This will be the solution. Solve d cube y by dx cube minus 2 into d square y by dx square plus 4 into dy by dx minus 8y equal to 0. Again it is a homogeneous differential equation and it is a third order differential equation. Let us write the auxiliary equation. Since it is a cubic equation, you can use your calculator to find the roots. So we have here real root and complex roots. Let us write the complementary function. So c1 e raised to 2x plus, here the real part is 0, 0 plus or minus 2i. So you can write e raised to 0x, c2 cos 2x plus c3 sin 2x. Again it is a homogeneous differential equation. So the complementary function will be the solution. Solve d cube y by dx cube plus y equal to 0. Let us write the auxiliary equation. M cube plus 1 equal to 0. It is a cubic equation. So you can use your calculator to find the roots. So here minus 1 is a real root. 1 by 2 is a real part of a complex root. Root 3 by 2 is a imaginary part of a complex root. So the complementary function is c1 e raised to minus x plus e raised to real part into x, c2 cos imaginary part x plus c3 sin imaginary part x. Since it is a homogeneous differential equation, complementary function will be the solution. Solve 4y triple dash plus 4y double dash plus y dash equal to 0. So we have written the auxiliary equation. We should get 3 roots in this case, but the roots are 0, minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2. Since it has 0 as a root, your calculator will not show the repeated root at the end. That is the reason when you are having 0 as a root, the repeated root cannot be found out just by assuming the fact that the last root is repeating. That is the reason we have solved this manually. And c1 e raised to 0x plus c2 plus c3x e raised to minus 1 by 2x is the complementary function, and the homogeneous equation has complementary function as the solution. So y is equal to cf. will be the solution. Solve 4d raised to 4 minus 4d cube minus 23d square plus 12d plus 36 y equal to 0. You can write the auxiliary equation, but solving a fourth degree equation using calculator doesn't seem to be possible. That is the reason we are using trial and error method and synthetic division to find out the roots. When you put m equal to 1, you are not getting 0. When you put m equal to 2, we get the equation as 0. That is the reason we can use m equal to 2 as a root for synthetic division. By synthetic division, we can find out the remaining roots by reducing the fourth order equation to a cubic equation. That is, 4 represents the coefficient of m raised to 4, the coefficient of m cube is minus 4, the coefficient of m square is minus 23, the coefficient of 12 is m, and the 36 is the constant. Now we are going to divide these coefficients using the root. Just now we have found out. We can write 2 here and then bring the first coefficient below 4. Now we can add these two. So 4 plus 0 is 4. That is, bring the first coefficient here and then multiply these two. 2 into 4, which is 8. You can write that here. Again add these two. 8 minus 4 is 4. Multiply these two. 2 into 4 is 8. Now again add these two and write it here, minus 15. Multiply these two, minus 30. You can bring that here in the next column. Again add these two, which is minus 18. Multiply these two, which is minus 36. You can write here. Now finally, after adding these two, you get 0. You will get always 0 because we are dividing these coefficients with a root. So we get 0 as a remainder. Thus the fourth order equation is reduced to cubic equation. We can write 4m cube plus 4m square minus 15m minus 18 is the new equation. Now we can use the calculator to solve this equation because it is a cubic equation. Now upon using calculator, you get 2 minus 3 by 2 minus 3 by 2, but we have got one more root using the inspection method. So the roots are 2, 2, minus 3 by 2, minus 3 by 2. 2 and 2 is repeating twice, minus 3 by 2, minus 3 by 2 is also repeating twice. So we can write C1 plus C2x because it is repeating e raised to 2x plus C3 plus C4x because it is repeating twice e raised to minus 3 by 2x. So complementary function is the solution of homogeneous differential equation. So y is equal to CF is the solution. Next problem, solve d raised to 4 minus 5d square plus 4 of y equal to 0. So there is no need to use only the synthetic division or trial and error method to solve a fourth order equation. If your equation is in this form, that is all the terms are in powers of d square, then we can use this method. That is, simply we can replace, after writing the auxiliary equation, we can replace m square as x. When you put m square as x, we can reduce the fourth order equation to quadratic equation and we can use your calculator to obtain the roots. So x equal to 1 and x equal to 4 are the roots, but you know x is nothing but m square. So put m square equal to 1, m square equal to 4. Again you can solve this. So you will get m equal to plus or minus 1, m equal to plus or minus 2. Now these are the 4 roots and all are real and distinct. So you will get the complementary function. And again, complementary function is the solution of homogeneous differential equation. Solve d raised to 4 plus 64 of y equal to 0. Here in this problem, since it is a fourth order equation, we can use identities, algebraic identities to solve this problem and find the roots. There are several methods you can adopt for finding the roots. So we can write m raised to 4 as m square the whole square plus 64 can be written as 8 square. Now this is of the form a square plus b square, which is nothing but a plus b whole square minus 2ab. So you can rearrange using these identities. We can rearrange the left hand side. So you can see this is what upon expansion you get. So this will be equal to 0. Now we can make use of a square minus b square formula here, which is a minus b into a plus b. So here a is m square plus 8 and b is 4m. So upon using, you get these as the roots. Now m square plus 8 minus 4m equal to 0 or m square plus 8 plus 4m equal to 0. We get two different equations. You can use your calculator to find the roots, which is 2 plus or minus 2i and minus 2 plus or minus 2i. Both are complex roots and they are not repeating. So this is how we can write the complementary function. Solution is y is equal to complementary function because it is a homogeneous equation. Solve d raised to 5 minus d raised to 4 minus d plus 1 of y equal to 0. First write the auxiliary equation. Students may skip this problem because it is a 5th degree equation, and this problem is not as tough as it seems because we can take the common factor and then simplify further, and this appears in the form m square whole square minus 1 into m minus 1 equal to 0. You can make use of the formula a minus a square minus b square, which is a minus b into a plus b. Thus upon simplifying further, we can find the roots. M square 1 minus 1 equal to 0 implies m equal to plus or minus 1. M square plus 1 equal to 0 implies m equal to plus or minus I, and m minus 1 equal to 0 implies m equal to 1. Thus we get 5 different roots: plus or minus 1, 1 and plus or minus I. Since 1 and 1 is repeating, that is the reason we have written a polynomial here. C1 plus C2x into e raised to 1x plus C3 into e raised to minus 1x plus, here there is no real part, it is 0, therefore e raised to 0x, C4 cos x plus C5 sin x. Solution of initial value problem. Here they have given a differential equation with some conditions, that is y equal to 0 when x equal to 1 and y dash equal to minus 1 when x equal to 1. That means we have to solve the differential equation and then find the complementary function and then get the solution. But the problem is not yet over. We have to find out the constants C1 and C2 by substituting these conditions. In these conditions, it is necessary that we have to find the derivative of y. That is the reason we are going to find the derivative of y in the next coming steps. After differentiating, you can name that as equation 2. Now let us substitute the first condition to equation 1. Put y equal to 0 and x equal to 1 in equation 1. So you will get C1 plus C2 is e raised to minus 2 equal to 0. But you know e raised to minus 2 is never 0. Therefore, C1 plus C2 is 0. Now let us put the second condition, that is y dash equal to minus 1 when x equal to 1 in the second equation. So this is how you get, but you know C1 plus C2 is 0. Upon substituting that, you get the value of C2. Now you can substitute this C2 in this equation, C1 plus C2 equal to 0, to get C1. And finally we have found out what is the value of C1 and C2 and then replace in our solution. Now next we are going to discuss a few more problems related to differential equation. That is, we are finding for differential equation using auxiliary equation. Given that these are the bases, we have to form a differential equation using these bases. When the bases are given, you know that by superposition principle, the linear combination will also be a general solution. So the general solution is y is equal to C1 e raised to 2x plus C2 e raised to x. And by looking at this solution, we can clearly understand what are the roots, because it is nothing but a complementary function with the roots as 2 and 1. So the roots are 2 and 1. The auxiliary equation can be written as, because if you want the 2 and 1 as the roots, the equation must be m minus 2 into m minus 1 equal to 0. Upon expanding this, we can write the differential equation, which is y double dash minus 3y dash plus 2 equal to 0. Next problem, these are the bases, and you know the linear combination is the general solution, C1 e raised to x cos x plus C2 e raised to x sin x, and from these two terms e raised to x is common. So this will be the general solution, but this is a complementary function whose roots are 1 plus or minus I, and thus we can write the auxiliary equation is m minus 1 plus I, m minus 1 minus I, because upon solving this equation we can get 1 plus or minus I as the roots. So upon simplifying that further, this is the differential equation. Replace m as a derivative, y double dash minus 2y dash plus 2 of y equal to 0. I forgot to write here y. So 2y equal to 0. Thank you. I hope you have understood these problems.